It's the end of the month and your salary has just been banked in. But you notice something. Some of your pay is missing. Of course, one of the deductions many Malaysians contribute to is the Social Security Organization, or Perkeso. But have you ever wondered what that contribution is actually for? For a worker earning the minimum wage of 1,700 ringgit, the employee contributes 8 ringgit and 50 cent a month to Perkeso and another 3 ringgit and 40 cent to the Employment Insurance System, or EIS. Their employer contributes more, 29 ringgit and 75 cent to Perkeso and 3 ringgit and 40 cent to EIS. To some workers, especially those on tight budgets, even a few ringgit less in take-home pay can be felt. So, what do you actually get in return? Zarif Lukman Hashim, an economist at the Center for Future Labor Market Studies, said Perkeso exists to make sure workers have basic protection when something goes wrong. Through the Employment Injury Scheme, Perkeso covers injuries at work and even while commuting. Through the Invalidity Scheme, it provides 24-hour protection in cases of disability or death. And through EIS, it provides income support and job search help for workers who lose their jobs. Perkeso also covers areas such as rehabilitation, prosthetics, dialysis, and return-to-work programs. Zarif says this makes Perkeso different from private insurance. Private insurance is usually voluntary, and the price depends on a person's age, health, and risk level. Perkeso, however, is compulsory, pooled, and tied to wages, not health status. That means lower income workers or those in higher risk jobs are not excluded from protection. Zarif says paying medical bills alone does not solve the biggest problem many families face after an injury or illness. The real issue is often the loss of income and the ability to work. That is why Perkeso also provides income replacement, rehabilitation, and return-to-work support. But Malaysia's workforce is also aging. The share of people aged 65 and above rose from 7.6% in 2024 to 8% in 2025 and is expected to keep increasing. Perkeso's Invalidity Scheme, which provides 24-hour coverage for disability or death from any cause, is likely to play a larger role as this happens. At the same time, social insurance systems will need to evolve with demographic change. Malaysia Institute of Economic Research Senior Fellow Azizul Amiluddin says as the workforce ages, older workers should be encouraged to remain economically active, but the jobs available to them must match their skills and physical abilities. He also warns that Perkeso alone cannot cover every issue, such as age discrimination or chronic diseases. He said if the government intends to extend the retirement age, such forms of coverage should be considered and potentially advocated by Perkeso. Azizul also warned that rising medical costs, an aging population, and a potentially shrinking contributor base could put pressure on the system, meaning contribution rates and coverage may need periodic review. The contribution rate has remained at 2.25% since Perkeso's inception, with sustainability maintained by raising the wage ceiling from 5,000 ringgit to 6,000 ringgit instead of increasing contributions. So, is Perkeso just another salary deduction? Zarif says it should be seen as an investment in people rather than a cost. By protecting workers when they are injured, disabled, or temporarily unable to work, Perkeso helps preserve skills, experience, and labor force participation. Azizul says without such a system, the burden would not disappear. It would simply shift to families, the healthcare system, and public welfare institutions. So, the next time you see Perkeso on your payslip, it may feel like money taken away. But the idea is that when something goes wrong, that small monthly contribution becomes part of a bigger safety net. Not just for one worker, but for the wider workforce. Natasha Bust, FMT.